Hi, I'm Tammy Irwin from the Hamilton County Library in Syracuse, and Janelle has asked me to tell you a little bit about how I use Twitter here at the library. One of my jobs here is collection development, and I follow a lot of libraries, bookstores, publishers, and authors on Twitter. And by doing that, I get a lot of information that I wouldn't be able to find a wider variety of books than what I would get from just looking at bestseller lists and catalogs. One example of this is there's an author in London who has her first YA book coming out in May, and I have known her for about a year on Twitter. And through her, she's introduced me to some British authors that I probably wouldn't have found on my own, and they have become very popular with our patrons. So that has widened our variety of books a little bit. The next thing I use it for is reader recommendations. By looking at the reviews that come from all of these Twitter followers, I know more about books. I can't possibly read every book that comes into the library, unfortunately, but I can learn a little more about them, so when people come in and ask about a specific book, I have a better idea of what it's about than just what comes off of the cover blurb. The other way I use Twitter is by following other librarians, and this expands my resources outside of just Southwest Kansas or the state of Kansas. Recently, we were trying to redo the way that we catalog rotating items, and I was able to ask just a general question on Twitter and got replies from all across the country with different methods that people used, and it really helped us in streamlining our process. And I know the argument to Twitter for the way I use it is that all of this information is available online and I could find it without Twitter, but I find that Twitter sort of puts it all into one spot where I can find it. If I had to just look for all this information by surfing the internet, I would spend hours doing that. And I think Twitter really saves me time. In the future, we would like to have a library Twitter account. At the moment, I'm just using my personal account. But when we have more people in this area that are using Twitter, we would like to have a library account where we could send messages throughout the day telling people new books that have arrived, what programs are going on, maybe time changes or schedule changes. But we're just waiting for Twitter to grow. But right now, it's a great asset to our library.